Hey, it's Chris at All Systems Broadband, and today we're going to show you how to install our outside plant box. You can follow along in the video or click one of the links in the description below. Remember to follow all safety precautions. This includes any company policies and procedures, and always follow local and national safety construction codes. Here's some common tools you may need during your installation. We have Kevlar cutters, a pair of snips, a marker, and a 2/16 can wrench. The package will contain the OSP FIT box itself, 3 inches of Velcro, 3 inches of felt wrap, SC APC adapter, SC retainer, 4 6-inch tie wraps, 2 8-inch tie wraps, and the installation sheet. Access to the outside plant box is secured by 2 different methods. First, you have your security screw. This requires the 2/16 can wrench to loosen, and right above that is your plastic latch. You press that in and swing the door open. Once the box is open, you'll find your accessory bag. This includes all the package contents I described earlier in the video. Some of the components and features found inside the outside plant box includes 4 cable arms, a bulkhead, removable grommets, and also includes 4 internal mounting locations as well as 2 external mounting locations. We'll begin the installation of the cable in the bottom left hand corner of the outside plant box. First, remove the grommet. Use your Kevlar cutters to split the grommet. This will allow you to install the grommet after the cable has been installed. Before we secure our cable and conduit to the box, I find it easier to go ahead and pre-install the tie wraps. You'll notice the upper tie wrap is inserted from the right to the left, and the bottom tie wrap, since we're going to attach conduit, I'll use the outside slots. If not using conduit, you would use the 2 middle slots to attach the flat drop cable. Here you can see I've installed the flat drop cable through our short conduit piece. I'm only using this short piece for this demo video. Your piece would obviously be a lot longer. You can see why installing the tie wrap ahead of time makes things a lot quicker and easier. I'll go ahead and install the tie wrap but not tighten all the way. This will allow me to adjust the conduit later after I install the grommet. Take your supplied 3-inch felt wrap piece and cut about a 1-inch section. We'll attach this to the flat drop cable at the upper mount. This will provide a little bit of retention force on the cable and prevent pullout. After you install the felt wrap, you can go ahead and lay your flat drop cable into the upper mounting location. You should tie wrap the flat drop cable with it vertical. This will provide a better transition from the upper mounting location to later when we coil the cable. Now that we've secured the flat drop cable to the box, we're ready to reinstall our grommet. Make sure you install the grommet in the correct orientation. You'll see inside and outside molded into the grommet. Go ahead and slide the grommet over the flat drop cable and make sure the grommet is completely seated into the opening. Once the grommet is seated, you can slide your conduit so it butts up against the grommet. This will prevent any water getting inside the conduit. And finally, make sure you go back and snip your tie wraps of any excess material. We're now ready to store our flat drop cable. We're going to store this cable in a clockwise direction. Make sure your 4 cable arms are in position. This will hold the cable from springing out as we coil it in. You're going to notice this first loop is going to be a little bit tighter than the remaining loops. This will provide us a little bit of adjustability at the end of the cable if the cable is too long or too short to reach the bulkhead. After you install a couple of loops on top of that first loop, you'll notice that first shorter end piece will just stay in position. As you're storing the flat drop cable, it's important to remove any of the twists that are stored in the cable. For this particular cable, this is an SC APC end. Once you reach the end of the flat drop cable, you can lay your SC APC adapter end at the bottom of the box until we install our SC APC adapter and retainer. You also notice that first shorter loop we installed at the beginning is now stored inside the coil. As I previously said, this allows you to lengthen or shorten the cable end and makes it easier to connect your cable adapter to the bulkhead. Next, we'll install our SC APC adapter into the retainer. You'll notice I install from the right to the left and make sure the tangs on the adapter are fully engaged. Install the retainer assembly with the adapter key facing up and make sure the retainer clip is fully seated. We're now ready to connect our cable in to the bulkhead. Make sure you remove your dust caps and clean all connections prior to installing. Now that our flat drop cable is fully installed, we can secure the bundle using two of the supplied 8-inch tie wraps. Install the first tie wrap near the end of the flat drop cable. The other tie wrap will go directly across from the first tie wrap. With the bundle now secured, make sure you go back and snip any excess material from the tie wraps. With the incoming flat drop cable now installed, we'll move to the bottom right side of the box where we'll install our customer side cable. First, remove the grommet, take your Kevlar cutters, and then slit the grommet. With the grommet removed, you're now ready to install your 3M flat drop cable. The cable assembly is going to slide up under the incoming flat drop cable. First, move the cable arm so we can pull the whole bundle up. Slide the cable end under the bundle and pull your slack through. Next, we'll secure the flat drop cable to the box, same as the other side, using our supplied felt wrap. Cut the remaining 2 inches in half. Take your trimmed section of felt wrap and attach it to the cable. Take the last section of felt wrap and attach it to the cable. I find it easiest to stick the felt wrap onto the cable and then slide the cable assembly down and continue wrapping. Now take your last two 6-inch tie wraps and secure the flat drop cable to the box on both mounting locations. Since no conduit is used on the customer side, we'll use the 2 inside slots on the outside mount. After securing the cable with the tie wraps, make sure you use your snips and remove the excess material. You're now ready to reinstall your grommet. Make sure you install it in the correct orientation. Since the grommet is slit, it should slide right over the cable. Make sure it's all the way in the bottom of the port. Before storing the customer side cable, you need to install a 3-inch piece of Velcro. I take the Velcro and I'll bend the end of it. This will make install a lot easier. Just like the incoming flat drop cable, we're going to take the customer side cable and store the flat drop section on the outer loop and the smaller 2mm section on the inside loop. Use your Velcro to hold the smaller section of the cable before you plug it in. Remove your dust caps, clean all connections, and plug the customer side cable into the SC-APC adapter. Installation of the incoming flat drop cable and customer side cable is complete. Make sure all your cable arms are in position and the cable secured. Swing the door closed and make sure the plastic latch is engaged. Take your 2/16 can wrench and tighten the security screw. In this section, we have a different incoming cable. This is for the OptiTap application. The same cable's been stored in a clockwise direction, and we're trying to get the cable into the bulkhead. This is the OptiTap adapter. First, remove your dust cap and nut. Then install the OptiTap adapter from left to right. Reinstall your nut, but don't tighten all the way, and reinstall your dust cap. Make sure the OptiTap adapter can still float and move around. This will help installation. Now remove the dust cap on the cable end and the dust cap on the OptiTap adapter, and clean any connections before inserting the cable. Insert the cable end into the OptiTap adapter. Rotate the adapter until you feel the cable fully engage. Now tighten the nut on the OptiTap adapter and then tighten the incoming cable to the adapter. And that's it. This completes the installation of the outside plant box. If you have any questions or comments, please call us at 1-877-272-4984 or email us at customercare@go-asb.com.